Hello. Good
Hello.
morning, everyone. Welcome back to day 2 of Adobe Live. I'm Jasmine, your host, and then we have Miss Aurélia Durand. Did I say your last name right? I want to get
Yes,
like,
good.
was that better? Was that better than
Yes.
yesterday? Okay, cool. Welcome everyone to day 2. We're gonna have another wonderful day of vector artwork and all types of fun conversation. But if you've been here before, you know we have some housekeeping, but I didn't get to say hi to you guys in the chat yesterday, so we're gonna say hi today and make sure you guys are in the combo. So let's see who's here with us. We have Sam, we have Jack. Hey, Jack. Paco, the amazing studio manager, savior, all of the things. But we have a very jam-packed day going on today. We have the Fresco and Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge that happened this morning. Today we're going to be doing some challenge reviews. So if you've participated in the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge, you are doing challenge 6. The theme is changing seasons. So make sure you guys submit those and we'll take a look at those later today in the stream. And we'll just see who else popped in really quick and then we'll get started. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Wade. Cornell. Okay, there's so many people. We're excited to see everybody. So let's get started. How you doing, Aurelia?
Good.
How's it going in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, it's going good. I don't know what new since yesterday.
Let's just give everyone a recap of what we did yesterday.
Yeah, I can show the. So yesterday we made. I will show you like this. It would be cool. Yesterday I was drawing dancers and trying because I drew first the characters really roughly on the paper, and then I just imported the image that I took with I took the picture with my phone and just imported, and then I started to draw on top, and also like put more details and play with the colors. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of work for me. I feel like I could define more the lines and maybe change a bit the arms here and maybe put some details in the hair and in the background, make more like a figurative like expression. But in 2 hours that's what I can do. So I think it's pretty good. I was afraid that I could not finish it, and I think that it's okay, like you can work more on it and define the lines, add more details, like now I can visualize and have a better idea of where to go. But today we will not do this one. We will not continue. I wanted to draw something more like interiors. So a character inside the home and just like playing. So it will be a bit more complex because there will be more elements, obviously. I don't know if we will be done. I think I will not work so much on the character, but more on the background and the colors around. So just to show a little bit more.
Aurelia, before we get started, do you mind introducing yourself again? We might have some new people joining us, and
yeah,
just giving them an intro of you and your work.
Yeah, for sure. So here we go. I'm going to show quickly my work to you. So yeah, my name is Aurélia Durand. It is very French. But my mom is from Ivory Coast and my father is French. I lived in France and I was raised in France. I'm born in France, but in my home it's different than like traditional French houses, homes. And I've been traveling a lot also around in different countries with my parents when I was children in some West Indies islands. And so I always was surrounded by colors, music from Africa, and people dancing, joy, the food was smelling good also, like all of the flavors, a mix with different cultures also. And I think that today all of this thing has shaped me and made me want to transmit it through my art. So here it's a collection of, a series of illustrations that I've been doing the past 2 years. 3 years, and it's mostly like personal projects, things that I do for myself to improve myself, to find style, to define what I want to do. So I like to do personal projects a lot. But I also work with different brands, the New Yorker, Facebook, Instagram. Did a campaign with Magnum. I worked with many brands. I'm also represented. I have agents, illustrator agents that represent me and give me jobs too. But I also get jobs from my side. It's always cool to have agents because they know they can give you good advice and they know the business for a long time. So it's cool to have a community, and also the other illustrators that have them as agents, we know each other, we talk. So it's pretty cool.
Really? I just noticed that you worked with Banksy. What? What was that? I need all of the info.
So funny thing is that 2 years ago, maybe I can find 2 years ago, they contacted me to buy 2 posters that I did, and they put them in a pub in, I don't know, in London, I think. They just ordered 2 posters, and I didn't believe it. It was Banksy who was asking it. Like, I thought it was a joke when they contacted me, and it took me 2 months to actually to say, well, I said, I don't believe you, stop spamming me. I received so many mails from them, and I was like, no. And then I said, okay, we will talk on the phone, and I will see if it's true.
Oh, good for you.
And then it was actually pretty true, so I was about to miss on something pretty cool.
Well, I feel like you did the right thing. No one knows his identity, so you can't, you have to be curious. Like, you're not Banksy. That's so crazy. What a cool story.
No, but yeah, it was a bit weird. But yeah, also cool to. I think it was in the beginning when I was not sure about my style. I mean, I was in the beginning of developing what I was doing, and it felt that I didn't know that I could that people like him, I don't know if it's him or her or them, could be interested in my work. I don't know, it was a bit not so realistic, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, and then I had to accept that. Yeah, it's
I
fun.
love this one from Magnum.
Yeah,
fun.
sorry.
No, you're fine.
I wanted to show also, because yesterday I've been talking a lot about like drawing analog, like to draw with a pen and a sketchbook, always having your sketchbook and your pen. This practice is so important. You know, it's what's going to shape your style, what's going to shape your drawing. Yeah. So I just wanted to show what was my style like 5 years ago. Well, no, I would say like 10 years ago when I was at the school. I found the drawings, so it's here. That was my notebooks, and I was. It's funny. Yeah, I wrote it here, 2009, 2010.
Whoa.
I had this. I was living in Dijon in France. It's a small city. You know the mustard of Dijon, and it's this city. I was just like drawing. It was very rough, and then I was.
You look great. You should see mine.
It was a lot of practice, and then we went to museum and we were drawing dresses. Some boys in the whatever, and draw them, and I wrote some feelings I had at this moment. People in the school.
I love that.
Some friends. I think that when I see them, I'm like, wow. I mean, you know, it's a whole development. You have to go through different phases. You can't find your style already. You have to test and draw.
Yeah, 100%. What a lot of these, were you in just physical places and you were just drawing people and landscapes and
yeah. Just like I was seeing something interesting here. I was in Palma de Mallorca, and I was just like drawing people at the beach, the swimming pool.
I love that.
Some, you know, and architecture, my home. Cathedral. It was in the train. My friends, you know, like it's fast and it's but you have to, with some lines, transcribe what you're seeing, you know.
Yeah, totally. Oh wow, that one was very complex. Very cool.
It's I don't know if today if I could do this, you know. I don't think it would be the same.
Oh my goodness, I think so. It's so, you know, your style then is, well, as you're, you know, coming up with your style, it looks like you're inspired by like a very diverse, you know, range of like influences, from like people and their expressions and their body language to architecture. There's a lot of like nature in there. So it's interesting how all of these, even though they're all different, informed your style now, which is very bright and, you know, people forward, and there's a lot of movement, expression. So it kind of like blends all those things together in a way.
Yeah, you have to find. But I can see the difference here. It was in 2013, and you see the line. So
yeah,
I just drew like this. I was not like tuck, 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 tuck. No, I was like, so I was more confident also with the lines and the pens. That's, for me, like so important to go through all of this.
Is that one of a friend in the far left corner? Yeah,
with some friends at school, and just like trying to get something. I don't know. Well, that's what I wanted to show. I think it's and maybe some other things like just I don't know if we can see. So that was in the beginning 2 years ago when I was drawing on Instagram, publishing my work, and I was talking to you about the tote bags. So here it's more. I did this series of tote bags where it was like each district I was drawing and doing the lettering, and then I put them on a bag and I wanted to sell them. And I was also like talking to some of my friends who are living in each of these districts. Yeah, I took pictures of them, of myself also, and I was in some shops and tried to make some personal things. And then here is some of the first drawing I did with Illustrator.
Oh, very cool.
With colors. That one was a bicycle guy. Then I was drawing Solange.
How long would you say the transition took from doing most of your work analog to trying Illustrator for the first time and getting your style down digitally?
It took me 2 years because I was also doing other things besides. Having also the time to assimilate and not assimilate, but understand the software, and also try to understand what you want to do with it. You know, like where do I want to go with that? I don't know. I was trying. I didn't have an idea first. I just I don't know. It was a feeling of everything of what's happening around me, and then I just decided, okay, I will draw, and I will. Now I'm not afraid anymore to use this. I'm just trying and publish it.
Yeah, it's such a cool journey. You feel like you've done a lot and you capture a lot in your work. It's very diverse, but then also very cohesive at the same time. You could tell it's yours, which is cool.
Yeah, I think that you need experience with drawing, an experience about just life generally. I think for me, I would say that that it's good to have the technique, but you need more than the technique. And I would say that I'm not a technical person. I just do instinctively what I feel. Obviously, I understand the machine, but I'm not an expert of it. Like, I'm not even an expert of drawing. I don't draw realistic things. You know, I don't know.
There's like a technical, well, not a technical, but like an official term for different types of illustrators that, I mean, there's all types, but I don't know if expressionist or there's a word for it, but maybe it's interesting because like every time you talk to someone who is an illustrator and you ask them, if you were to ask them if they know how to draw, they would say, no, like I'm not technically trained, like I can't draw. But I think what's interesting right now, especially just in the industry, is the creative world embracing like the nuances of just one's handwriting and one's, personal expression with drawing or literal like handwriting, and how whatever that turns out to be could be your own and could be art. But there's still this kind of stigma in place that if you aren't technically trained, you don't know how to draw. Um, so I don't know. Those conversations are always interesting because like someone can say they don't know how to draw because they're not trained, but then if they like show you a sketch, it looks great. And you're like, oh, I thought you didn't know how to draw. They're like, well, I'm not technically trained. So I think it's cool that people nowadays are like, there's less pressure to have that background and just to enjoy, you know, the craft on its own and create whatever you want to create and just have it be your own and not feel like you have to, your work has to look like something or someone else's.
But I think it's also what's your intention with it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
When more people are interested in the person behind the art more than before,
Exactly.
you know? So that's also the thing, like people are not always specifically trained for any of this, you know, but they have a message, they have a vision, they have something.
Yeah. We got some questions for you in the chat.
Nice.
So, yeah. So someone is curious from London, UK. Hi, Angus. Interesting if you're using a mouse or a pen and a tablet. I'll let you go ahead and speak to that.
I didn't show like yesterday, but I do have a tablet. It's a Wacom. Yeah.
And you
I
prefer
draw with that.
and you prefer your Wacom, right? Do you have an iPad or do you
Oh, sorry, I just put this. It was a bit dusty. Sorry. I have an iPad, but I don't use it so much to like draw. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable yet. But I hope that there will be a new Adobe Illustrator for iPad. Into that. So I can try, but I'm not. I don't use iPad only to do some sketches. When I don't have my computer, I do that. But I feel like no, I prefer my computer. I just preference.
Getting a lot of praise. Your illustrations look cool. They're beautiful. Khaled is asking, what will he learn today? So I guess what are we going to learn from you? What is the Aurelia perspective on illustration?
Like what? Like in terms of the software or in terms of just illustration, like the world of illustration, the field?
I don't know. He wasn't very specific, but maybe it's an open question. It could be anything, all those things, none of those things, open for interpretation.
Okay, so I could talk about like so when I started to like when I saw that I could actually live from doing illustration, it was because like I had more and more people asking me for a freelance job. So I saw that it's cool, it's getting there. But I didn't know so much about like how to sustain it, how to make it like a real thing, you know, because the thing is that at school you don't learn about how to make a business out of your art.
Right.
You learn about how to create and be unique. That is for sure. You learn that, and you meet so many people, and you have conversation with people. You interact with professionals, and all of these things. It's pretty cool. But you don't learn about how to make money with your art. And what was funny is that at school, the teachers, they would say, but it would be really crazy if you could actually live from your art. So already
Right.
at school, they were like, no, you're not going to have any work. I mean, it's not, you have your master, it's good for you, but don't even expect to even live from what you're doing.
Yeah.
So then it's hard because already people put you in say to you, I mean, you're dreaming. It's not going to happen, but it's good that you're trying at least. So it's really terrifying. Like I was like afraid and I didn't know anything about like how do I put my price and how do I even like what do I sell? How do you make money as an illustrator? And many
Yeah.
people think that it's by selling your posters. So many people go to the fair and they sell their poster and they hope that one day one of their posters is going to be sold millions. No, I'm so sorry, but it's not like this.
Yeah.
It's good to do the fairs because then you meet other illustrators as you, and then you get. I mean, it's cool, you know, but you're not gonna make a business out of it. What you have to do is to contact the companies that are producing posters. You have to contact like where do people sell posters, you know. So then your name is out there, but I mean, it's not, you're not gonna be paid a lot because they print everything they sell. So there's people who are taking the money. So you're not gonna get a lot of money out of this either. But still, I mean, if you're doing something cool, a bit unique, then maybe you sell, you know, and that can be one thing, but it's not enough.
Right.
So. And the good thing is that with Instagram now, you can actually reach out to people. And like some people would like to, I don't know, they just look for an illustrator for each, I don't know, like they're looking for an illustrator as a woman or, and then with the hashtags, you can actually drag people to your work, you know? So that's cool. And it's how I did in the beginning, to use hashtags.
What type of hashtags? I feel like I get this question a lot, and people are usually confused on what hashtags they should use to drive traffic to their work. Which ones do you use that you find that work for you and help actually bring in a lot of traffic to your Instagram or to your portfolio?
Yeah, it's a good question. I cannot really answer to this question because it is like trendy. Some hashtags works really well for some time and then it doesn't work anymore because they are too much used, you know, like there's too many people using it, you know?
Right.
So you have
Just
to
gets
use the
diluted.
hashtags that are not so used. Like I think that less than 1 million is good.
Less than 1 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good point of reference. And yeah, to your point, they're always changing, and then their like time span of relevancy always varies as well. So it could be extremely relevant in one moment and then can become overused and you don't show up in the algorithm. And so you're kind of playing this game, really. It's like being there on time, but not being too wrapped up in the same hashtag with everyone else to where you get lost. But
I think that you need to understand the matching of Instagram or even any kind of social media. I mean, there is not only Instagram, there is also other platforms like creative platforms like Behance or The Dots, you know, any kind of new platforms that are actually working well and they are making the artistic community like together. It's good places to actually build your name. I think I've been also contacted through Behance many times. So it works. I mean, it's good places. But just that Instagram is like more like everyone. So it can be, it's less like, it's not the artistic world, it's like everyone. So you can get more jobs, like small jobs, like doing illustration for a brand that wants to sell products and they need customization, some illustration here and here. I think that is cool, you know, like, and with now, I mean, online, everyone wants to have a nice visual so people remember them. So a lot of brands need illustrator, graphic designers, you know. So there is a high demand. I think that illustration now, it's like booming more because of all of this application. People want to have an experience, visual experience. So that's what I feel, because I think before, and that's maybe why I was not so into illustration. I love to draw, but I would never think that I could make any money out of drawing because I'm shy. I don't know anybody. Because I mean, the only one who was succeeding, it's always like very, how you say, people exuberant, people who like to chat, people who are not really, you know, there's people can
more
meet
extrovert.
Yeah. Those people, they go to parties and they meet like important people, you know, and that's how it was working before. But now with Instagram, I think Instagram is for shy people and introvert people. I really believe that, and it gives us a chance to actually make things that we like. I mean, the whole world cannot only be run by extrovert people, and I think that it's important to have people who are shy and who also have ideas, and they don't have to speak up all the time and have a voice. You know, you can also use your voice in another way, and that's what I really care. And in my work, I think I want to say that you don't have to find the right words to be an artist.
Yeah, that's such an interesting perspective. I didn't even think about how social media enables people who are a little bit more soft-spoken or more introverted to just have a place for their work and have a place to kind of boost up their network. Because you're right, it used to be more of like a social game where you have to be at the right place to talk to the right people and like hope that someone asks you to do a project or collaborate and go from there. And you kind of play this game of telephone where you're just hoping that the right person likes your work, and then they tell their friends and they tell their friends, and et cetera, et cetera. But now, and I'm a person I think I'm an introvert and an extrovert, but I'm definitely more introverted when it comes to my work and music and things that are, you know, more precious to me. I definitely see your point of being able to use Instagram as just like a place for expression and also a place to showcase without having to go through all the hoops of like talking to people and socializing and playing the social game. You can just kind of let it live on its own and people will see it and hopefully just like it because it's good work. So that's a really
and what matters is the work, you know, the illustration, the visuals. So I think that it's cool for that, you know. I'm always thinking about it like, I mean, I would never be able to do what I do if there were not internet. We are in this generation where, I mean, everything has changed since internet. We grew up with the beginning of internet. We understood how it was working. Then now we are like kind of working with it, you know, like, and doing and creating communities. It was not like this before, and it's crazy. Like, I mean, Facebook, Instagram, all of this, they really changed the whole thing about communication. Meeting people, finding people for that have the same interest than you, maybe you don't have to be in the same country. Actually, you can be somewhere else. I mean, and that's the world become a little bit more small.
Yeah, totally. It does feel a lot smaller. It's like, even right now, like you're all the way in Copenhagen and I'm in California. And so just to be able to like connect with you and talk to you and learn about, your life or your experience and your work, etc., it's pretty incredible. Like it's like pen pals on a whole other level. Like it's kind of crazy. I'm going to take this moment to remind everybody that we are doing design feedback today, and it's going to be great. We have little less than an hour, so you have some time to really polish those, or not even polish, just take a stab at it and start your Photoshop daily creative challenge. And if you did not catch the stream before with Jesus, today you're doing changing seasons, which is nice because I think we're all like ready for a change of scenery, maybe some like fall leaves or some winter snow. So you guys can submit those at Behance. You just go to behance.com, go to the challenge tab, and then you can submit your work there and we'll look at it later. And let's see if we have some more folks joining us in the chat. So nice to talk to you guys. I'm sorry we missed some of you yesterday. Do you use a Wacom? Yes, Aurelia is using a Wacom right now. Let's see. Oh, and thank you, Wade, for posting the challenge tab link. That is super helpful. Mohammed had a question earlier asking, how you got into Adobe. And I think you touched on that a little bit, but maybe, how out of all of the digital, softwares, what led you to start doing illustration with, I believe you started with Illustrator or exclusively use Illustrator. So tell us about that.
I don't know. I mean, why did I? No, but the thing is that why did I start it? And that is a really hard question because I mean, the time goes fast and then you forget everything.
Yeah.
You take the things for granted, like, I mean, it was like this forever, No, but it was not. I mean, I tried, I think, during my studies, I think I tried the Illustrator and I found it cool, but I didn't really develop anything with it. I was just trying. And then I just went back to it. And then I had time. Also, that's one of the things. I had time to develop, to do something, to experiment. Like I was spending hours drawing just to understand the matching. It was not so easy. Then I was looking at YouTube, obviously, YouTube, to find to understand a little bit more, like technically what I could do with the vectors, how I can do stuff, how can I create patterns, and I tried some small project for myself, and I guess I don't know.
And here you are.
It's a bit weird to say. I mean, I don't know exactly, and I know that people are always asking, "How can you do that?" Because I was at this place in the beginning also. I was like, "How can you do this thing?" I mean, it seems very complicated. But then I was a bit discouraged, because I thought it was like too hard and was too complicated, too technical. But then I decided, okay, I will try some small project for myself. I don't know if I can show you some stuff.
Your background on there is so cool. Just all the colors come together so nicely. Do you have like your own like Aurelia color palette that you just have set? Or do you still find yourself dabbling in different colors? Because it feels like everything's very cohesive. And you already have your like branded color palette, but I don't know.
I don't have a color palette. Here, just one more thing. Here, that was the first drawing I was doing with Illustrator.
Really?
Yeah,
That's so
it was a
good.
portrait of me.
I love the hair texture. It's so good.
I was trying to play with the texture, and I didn't understand. I was like, oh, it's so hard, this thing. I wanted to do I wanted to make some work. Like, I was so inspired by this guy. That was the first illustrator on Instagram that was pretty famous, and I really loved his style. I was like, wow, how can you do this? You know, I loved it so much. There were like some things really inspiring. That was cool. I mean, technically, how can you do that with these textures and all of this? It was very inspiring. Like, when I saw that, I was like, oh, maybe it's something I want to do, you know?
Yeah.
And totally. I have to really work hard to make it. Like, it was so beautiful and so inspiring. But then I had to find my style, and that was what I was doing.
Yeah. No, but I feel like for you claiming this as your first, I feel like that's a really good reference piece to have. And I can see how you've kind of taken pieces of this and, redefined other elements and really found, what was going to be your style. That was not a bad, that was not a bad first illustration at all.
No, you have to try.
So what are we doing for this scene? I already love this. Is this a bed or a couch that she's lounging on?
Couch, yeah.
Couch.
Trying to create some atmosphere in the room.
Mm-hmm. I love the large mirror. Reminds me of my living room. Anthony says, loves your color scheme. Cool. So if you practice, I will get as good as you. Practice makes perfect. That's why everyone should do the daily creative challenge, because really it just kind of helps keep yourself refreshed and learning new things, and it's just good practice. And even if you don't like what you make that day, just know that it's a stepping stone to getting to where you want to be with your work. So yeah, I knew a guy that did a logo every day for a year, and I was like, whoa, like, how do you?
What?
I know. I was like, no way. Like, there's no way you've committed to doing a logo every single day for a year, but he did. And so if you put your mind to it, it'll happen.
It can happen, yeah.
I was like, wow, that is some discipline.
But I also think that, yes, I mean, when I say all of these things I've been practicing, and then suddenly I come to this style, it's magical, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's completely luck also. Like, it's luck, it's hard work, and I mean, it's also being in the right time and meeting the right people online. Yeah. And also, like, if people write about you in blogs, it can also really change a lot in your career, because some blogs are very have a lot of influence. That's also how I could also put my voice. I could have my voice heard, because some people wanted to publish my work, and that has changed a lot. But I don't know. I mean, it is. I don't know how I ended up to do what I'm doing now. It's. I mean, there is no one way, one path for everyone, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Everybody has a different journey and a different process.
I don't want to pressure anybody, like, oh, I should be done by now. I should have, like, I mean, I'm almost 30. I need to, I need to, my voice is not heard. I have to be, like, not about that. And I think that if you think that, then you have to calm down and deal with the other stuff, because it's not, there is no time. There is not one time for you to, like, some people, they get their art seen by people at 50 years old. It's it doesn't really. It's not about age. About, do you have enough experience? Do you being there on time? Meeting people at the right time. But I think it would be the same for everything, no? Like, even when you are entrepreneur and you want to have, you want to sell your products, you have the best idea, you're going to make the best cream ever. No one has tasted it before. But it's the same. You have to meet people, you have to make people taste your products. You have to go back, make a better cream, formula. I think that also the thing is that we don't see artists as entrepreneurs, like people who actually make a business.
And
that's one of the problem, Many people don't really see it as a business, and they don't even think it can actually, like, they don't take you seriously. And that's one of the things also, like, when you look for some freelance jobs, people will give you some very small budget, but they have more, they have more, but because they don't value your work so much, they don't think that you're gonna bring a lot of things to them, for their brand, for their whatever. I'm getting so annoyed with that. It's something also like, people don't really take artists seriously, and that's why some people that have talents, but they get so discouraged because they have to fight a lot to get their voice heard, like, literally, like, they have to find how to make deals and how to
and to your point, I mean, like, people who are doing this either full-time, part-time, hobby, I mean, there is a level of entrepreneurship. Like, you are running your own business, you're creating your own product, you're selling your own product, you're a consultant, you're like all of these different things, you're a marketer, you're playing all of the roles. And I do agree that a lot of the time it's overlooked, and people will not, undervalue you And I think one of the most important things to have right now as a working artist, creative person is just confidence is something that can be a vehicle for your voice and like get you pretty far as long as you maintain confidence in your work and who you are and your story. And I think that people feed off of that, because if you're confident and secure in the quality of your work, a lot of the time people will be like, okay, well, I see that, you are taking this seriously and this is, something that you want to do and this will be valuable for the brand, etc. And so I think having that confidence when you walk in a room or have a meeting with somebody and not taking no for an answer in one ways or another is very beneficial in an industry like this. People
Yeah,
are
don't
more
take a no
prone.
for an answer. That's one of the things I want to say. Like, I mean, so many people get discouraged, like, because they could not have, and they always, I mean, I have a lot of friends that are artists, musicians, designers, whatever. And they get so discouraged because they don't get the things they want it so badly.
Yeah.
And I think that it's okay if you don't get it, because then maybe you should go for smaller things. You don't have to put your expectation too high. You have to start somewhere. So start by something that maybe you feel not so comfortable, but you have to get more confidence. And maybe next time when you go and meet the people you really wanted to have, then they want to have you because you have something, you learn something or you gain something.
Yeah.
It's not always a bad thing, and it's not personal always. I think that we get too emotional about it. And I learned how to be less emotional. I'm like, if they don't want my work, then it's not because of me. I mean, they don't even know me. We are not friends. I mean, they don't know anything about me. So I don't get any more hurt. Because you don't have to use all of your energy for that, use your energy to create, and you will have other opportunities. If it's not this one, then continue. It will happen.
Right, exactly. I think that's great advice.
Continue.
Exactly. We have a question from Melissa. What is the most rewarding part of your work? It's always a great question.
What is rewarding is that to do something that touches people, and sometimes I don't even notice what I do, what emotion I give to people, and then when they tell me, I'm like, oh, okay. It's just like, because sometimes I don't do it intentionally. I'm not thinking about it, but then I'm like, oh yes, they're right. And it's cool to see that I get to touch people. But not only that, like I also enjoy to have nice jobs and be well paid and just like enjoy that, because you work hard. Sometimes I don't have weekends. I would say like I don't have weekends. I'm working a lot, and it's nice to be well paid so I can go to nice restaurants, just like to have some time for myself and enjoy, not always working, but also enjoy for me, and I don't do that so much.
No.
When I do it, I enjoy it, because that is the moment where I'm like, I work so hard and I enjoy this moment where I can also like take time for myself, travel, do experiences. I think that is cool. So it can also like inspire me, because I like food, I like food, and I like to experience new ways of eating food or new culture through food, and I think that inspires me a lot. So gives me some opportunity to get more inspiration. Yeah, and traveling also, it's pretty cool. But yeah, right now we cannot do so much. That's cool.
I love these pillows. This whole setup is just a vibe right now. I love it.
Cozy.
Cozy, colorful, and fun. We have one more question from V. Martina. Are there things that you would like to learn, or are there still things you would like to learn?
Yeah, like more stuff like in animation. I think I would like to learn more. Yeah, stuff about After Effects. What else? Maybe more about the augmented reality. Like new technologies, I would like to learn more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many things now with the video games. I don't know, like there is some things to dig more. I would like to have time actually to understand those new technologies and see how I could actually do it with my art and create some stuff like, I don't know, with the augmented reality you can really do like more interaction, and you can do like 2Ds, but it's in the same time it's like 3D, so you create some kind of universe, you know. I think that is cool. Because I also have this education as a product designer, so I like to create objects or sceneries or things like that, so it would be cool to add this into my illustration, or maybe learning a new technique like ceramics or more like stuff like that could be cool anytime.
Yeah. That would be really cool to see your work in the AR space.
Yeah, could be fun.
I love that these leaves are orange.
I'm not sure yet. I'm still working on that. Oh.
Let's see what we have going on in the chat. So we're about 30 minutes away from design feedback. So if you guys are working on your Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge, which I hope some of you are, make sure you guys submit that. You go to Behance, you go to the top of the page, and you submit it through the challenge pod. Sorry, I've had a lot of coffee, so I'm just kind of bopping around right now. But we're excited to look at some work. Aurelia is going to give you some great feedback, and we're going to have a ball. So make sure you submit those. The challenge is, if you weren't here earlier, the challenge is seasons. So your take on it, I think we're doing winter, but even fall. I like fall. So maybe if you want to do fall, that's okay too. But I don't want to derail the rules, but we'll love to see those later today.
Nice.
All right. So how are we doing, Aurelia? What else are we doing with this scene? I know we're finishing up the plants. Are there any other elements you're thinking of adding to the background setting?
Maybe a lamp. I was thinking maybe a lamp. Here I'm just like drawing out of. I don't have any models, so it's very
okay. Right off the cuff.
In Denmark, they love lights, so they have different lights, a lot of lights. Like a light to read, a light to eat, a light to make food, a light to just like having a little corner cozy. It's all about having some coziness in the home. So they have like nice design of lights. Really love them.
Does it get dark does it get dark earlier, or is it more just for the comfortability of having light?
Yeah, in the winter, it's dark around 3-4. So it's pretty tough. And if there is no sun during the day, then it's dark the whole time.
Oh, wow.
The winter can be pretty tough.
Yeah, I had no idea. Okay, now I get why there needs to be all of these different mood settings with the light.
Yeah, it's called hygge. Hygge, it's HYGGE. And it means like having good time and a cozy time at home or with friends, And what they like to have is to have candles near to the window.
Oh my gosh.
Typical, like they love candles, and candles is part of the hygge. So it's
that's interesting. I've learned something new today. It reminds me of that candle. The holder reminds me of the holder from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Yes. It's exactly that. Yeah. It's funny.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to mess up this name. It's such a cool name. Gisupel. Or Gesupe. I hope I'm not butchering that. It's a really awesome name. They left a comment saying, amazing sense of freedom in your work. And I really like that comment. It's a really thoughtful comment.
Nice.
And then they asked, do you think it would be possible to take out the actual hand drawing part from your work with it still being valuable? That's an interesting question. What
does that mean?
For example, starting from a picture shop, my question is clear. I think what they mean is maybe not starting your work with your hand drawing and just kind of starting the vector art from scratch. Do you think you'd still be able to convey your physical style or like your hand drawn style without the reference? I hope that's close.
Yeah. Okay. I do it because it's not so easy with I don't know. It's very how to say personal. I think like it's just a base. I mean, then I add a lot of elements that are not in the drawing. It's just like to get a little bit of structure. Drawing directly, I feel like I don't know if I could do it because it's not so easy with the tablet. Maybe if I do it with the iPad, and that's why I'm really like looking forward to use this Illustrator to see if it's possible to draw directly with it. But the problem is that with the vector, because when I draw, I like to draw and keep the trace of the vector, as you see here. So it's not really the same as drawing with a hand,
Yeah, pencil on paper.
Yeah, it's how because it comes directly from my mind to the paper, and I don't know. It's just psychological.
That was a very interesting question. Very cool. I like where we're going with the lamp.
Some ideas.
So do you have colors in mind when you're building out an illustration, or do you just do a lot of tests and you kind of just figure out what the palette's going to be in the moment? How do you go about that?
Well, it's what I'm doing right now. So I draw and I put all of the elements together. Then I test. I can spend a lot of time on colors, and especially on these more complicated structures. Because I don't know, it can take some time.
I love this feature, recolor artwork. It just like saves so much time.
It does. You see, it's like a game.
It is.
I feel sometimes I'm doing video games every day. I'm playing all the time, like every day.
It does kind of feel like that. I almost wish that the recolor artwork feature had an ability to just kind of choose for you, like just roll the dice and see what colors it comes up with.
You can actually here. You can do that almost. You can do that. Yeah, for example, I take all of the things now, and then you decide to go like this, up. Then you come back again. Then you click here. Maybe not. I'll do this one. Then you see this one. Then you change the colors up, or here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was my thing before.
No, yeah, you can scroll through and like pick new art, pick new like swatches. But I almost wish it just like, I don't even have to scroll. Like you press a button and it's just like, give me a random, a random swatch of colors or something and just see if I like it. And then I can keep pushing the button. That's just wishful thinking. Or when you can't make up your mind. I'm a very indecisive person. So a lot of times I just can't make up my mind and I want someone to do it for me.
It would be a fun feature for sure.
Yeah, I'm just pressing the button over and over again. We have another question from Claudie. Hi, Claudie. How's it going? We miss you. So Claudie asks, what is your favorite thing to draw? People or landscapes or more abstract? What's your fave?
I was thinking about it the other day, like what do I like the most? But actually, I just I like just the idea of the project. Like I'm more excited about what's gonna be the purpose of it. I draw a lot of faces every day. Like I was thinking, wow, if I have to count how many people I'm drawing every day, it would be crazy. Like in a month, how many people did I draw? Like the face, the body, it would be crazy, I think. Like I don't know. This month, I think I did like maybe 1,000. What? No, not 1,000, but because I'm doing a book. I'm drawing a book. I'm doing an illustration for a book, and there is a lot of pages, and I draw a lot of people. Like crowds, like people doing protests. So you have a lot of faces,
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe in a month I must draw like 300 faces.
Oh my gosh, that's
and
a
it's
lot.
different people. yeah, it's different people. But sometimes now, what is cool is that the more I draw, and the more sometimes I just take some of the old drawings and I just like change a little thing, you know, and then I say this is good, you know. Like I have a library now, you know, I can change their color of skin or a little thing, so I don't have to draw the whole thing from the beginning. The problem is that I don't draw babies or kids, so then when I have to do that, then I have to do it from the scratch, all the time. But that's cool. And also for the interior, sometimes I already have like some things, you know, I already draw, so that's good. Don't have to do it one more time. I take some of the elements that I drew back in the illustration, just to save time and to save time.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I had a question that I just forgot. Okay, I'll revert back to the chat. Oh, hi, Paul. Paul I use random swatch fill. It's a script you can do. Oh, cool. That'll solve my dilemma of not being able to make decisions on colors. By the way, this stream is great. Love your work, Aurelia. That's Paul Tranny. He's one of our evangelists. He's a illustrator pro. He's actually like a pro at everything, to be honest, but he'll be modest if you ask him.
So you have like some people you already know, in the feed.
Yeah, so in the chat, I wish you could see it as well, but there's like a mix of people from just the Adobe Live community. We have some other streamers who do Adobe Live or just stream in general, like Claudie, and some regulars that I remember. It's been a while, so it's nice to see familiar faces. Okay, we're getting super close to feedback for the Daily Creative Challenge from earlier today with Jesus. So make sure you guys submit those on Behance so we can give you some fun advice and feedback. Still had too much coffee. Oh, I like what you did with that canvas. No, no, there it goes. It came back.
Yes, I had to do something.
So did I hear you saying you're doing another book?
Yeah, I'm doing another book. It will be out next year in March, if everything goes well.
Can we get a little sneak exclusive info on your new book, or is it still a secret?
I'm doing it. So the author is Jamia Wilson. She already wrote different books, and it's called I don't know. I cannot say it.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can say, but it's going to be a bit like this book is anti-racist. It's with the same publisher. But it will be different. Like, it's not about anti-racism. It's another topic.
Oh, we should show. I don't think you showed your book today, so you should show it when you get a chance.
Oh yeah, I will do it. Yes.
Yeah. If you weren't here yesterday, Aurelia shared a little bit about her book that was published. That is a New York Times bestseller.
Yeah.
Just saying. You should check it out. She'll show you what it looks like, but I actually just ordered a copy, so
whoa,
expecting mine soon. Yes.
Nice.
Do you think Do you think you're gonna be doing more book collaborations in the future? Do you think that's your sweet spot?
I like to do it, but it's very hard to do a book and have a lot of commission work in the same time because it's very intense, and especially now because we have 1 month or 2 months delay, so it's very intense. I like it, but then the problem is that I'm not paid so much that I can say no. I cannot do any other jobs besides. So
Yeah,
I have to do. Yeah, I cannot focus on only doing the book. It's cool. It's fun. Then after you get the royalties and everything, so it's like taking a year to get the royalties. So I don't know yet. Yeah. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of pages. It's a more slow process. Also, it takes 6 months to do it. For me, I think. So for some people, 2 years, 1 year, depends.
And I'm sure really rewarding once you get to the finish line, right? To think
once
that
you
you
get
did
the
all of
book in your
those.
hands,
Yeah.
once you get the book in your hands, it's like, oh, wow.
Yep.
It's a matza. It's you can have it in your hand, so it felt really crazy to have it.
Yeah. Yep. Still appreciate a physical representation of your art.
Yeah.
Just, yep. It just, I don't know, it just feels better, like having a poster or a book or even just like, oh, those pages are so colorful. Like, even though we're looking at it through a screen, you could just tell how vibrant they are. It's like, obviously, our camera can't absorb all of the beauty, but you can tell. Those crisp pages, oh my goodness, just all the ASMR. I love it. We're getting so close. The cover is really fun too. I like that it's the black, but you have like the shiny text, the shiny colorful text. It really stands out.
Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
So are you going to be doing a face for our person?
Yeah. How much time do I have left?
So we have about 11 minutes until design feedback, and then we might have 10, 15 minutes after.
Okay. So we will do it now, I think. Okay.
Last time you made it, so I have all the confidence in you.
Okay, so I don't even know where. Okay, I see now. I don't know what face she's going to have. I'm doing everything in live review right now, so it's going to be a bit fun.
Nice.
No, I don't like this nose.
Do you usually use the brush to do like distinctive features for the face? Or
no. I use normal ones. I don't use something special for the face.
Nice. I like how, yes, if you weren't with us yesterday, we were talking about how eyebrows just completely determine the expression of one's face, just depending on how you place them, how pointy they are, how rounded they are. You can really determine someone's mood simply by adding eyebrows, which is funny.
Yeah, you don't have the same eyebrows. It's not symmetrical.
Yes. Both of your eyebrows are uniquely different and special. So you don't have to make them look the same. Just like your feet. One is bigger than the other for a reason. Okay. I wonder if one of our ears is bigger than the other as well. I feel like,
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes, yes,
I don't
yes,
know which
yes.
one of mine is bigger. Huh.
But they don't look the same for sure.
Yes. And we like it. It's good.
It makes who we are, you know, like.
Exactly. Those are happy eyebrows.
Yes. Happy. Yeah, I mean, when we talked about, you know, like how is it to be, how to become an illustrator and find clients and how to handle all of this. It's what you ask yourself a lot in the beginning, you know, like when you start, because no one is actually talking about it. No one is, you get lost, you know. Everyone is asking, so how do I do? How can I make it? I mean, and also like, how do you reach out to big brands? I get a lot of questions like this, like people asking me, so how do you contact Apple? How do you contact Facebook? Adobe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of question I was also asking to myself in the beginning, like, how do I do to reach out to them? There is no mails. You don't know who is working in these companies, you know. It's so huge, and they have like they have different how you call it, like art directors.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. I mean, you get lost. And I still don't know exactly how to reach out to these people. And the only thing is to be present online, or even like go to events, some like fairs. There is always people from the industry that goes there. Also, if you want to illustrate books, you can contact directly like the publisher, and sometimes they also have like days in the week where you can go and meet them and show your portfolio and get some input on your like some they will give you some advice on your work, and if they see if the book, your ideas can be become a book.
Mm-hmm.
So there's different ways of doing it, but it's true, like it's not easy to get in contact with people in the business
Yeah.
of illustration. Just very hard.
Yeah.
If you want to have big clients, and also like they have different kind of contracts, and some people don't get comfortable with the contracts.
Mm-hmm.
They're a bit scared. Because you have to sign a NDA or DNA. No, or you can NDA.
NDA.
Yeah, DNA. To give your DNA to people.
You have to give your DNA. Sell your soul.
It's almost that, you know, and people feel that, you know, they get like, what is this thing? I mean, I don't want. I'm afraid. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like we were saying earlier about, those times you can't get in front of um, an agency or can't meet people in person and talk to brands in person, like Instagram is a really good second point of reference when people are usually looking for up and coming artists and trending artists, and they just kind of rely on that stream of content if they can't get in contact with you and vice versa. So it's nice to always, if you're trying to work with different brands, have intention with the things that you post and the whatever your brand is, and just making sure that you're putting the right content out there. That way, if somebody does see it, it's how you want to represent yourself in your art form, and people will reach out to you because of that. So I know I personally source a lot of different artists, mainly through Behance and Instagram. I just scroll and scroll and scroll, and that's like my two go-to places to find really cool people.
How many times? How long do you do that? It can take a long time, 1 hour, 12 hours.
It takes a long time.
It's like you're procrastinating. No.
It is. Now I call it, now I'm like procrastinating with intention, because I'll just, it's like a part of my routine where I will just, if I'm taking a break from my work, I'll scroll and look for artists and look for interesting pieces. And it's just kind of like muscle memory at this point. And I have like these collections set aside for people that I really like their work, people that I want to reach out to. So I really don't even think about it anymore. It's just like it's part of my routine, and I just kind of like sort manually. So once you get a rhythm going that works for you, it's an efficient use of your time. Also, if you know what you're looking for as well, it's easier that way. But yeah, I mean, those are some of the best places. I mean, you just got to utilize them, because you won't be able to, talk to everybody and have a seat at the table with a lot of these brands. So you just have to put your work out there in the best way you can.
Yeah.
Okay, you're so close. I love this hair. I feel like I'm gonna have to like fluff out my hair and get that volume. Right, just like a little brush up.
I'm trying to figure out how to put
the
hands. Oh yeah.
Should I can do a little model action for you if it helps.
Yeah, thank you. It's good that
it's good to have that visual reference.
Yeah, sometimes I have an idea about what would be the pose, so I take a picture of myself, but I don't want to have my body. Like, I want to have a different kind of body, so I have to look at other people's body.
Yeah. All right, we're getting closer. We have a minute until design feedback, so I hope everyone has submitted some work. And we're gonna look at those very shortly. Let's get these up and running. Do you like the winter, Aurelia? What's your favorite season? Yeah, what's your favorite season?
I like spring a lot, because everything is regrowing, and it's like and you know that it's going to be lighter, sunnier, and it's going to be summer, and then you can enjoy summer longer, because it's spring, sometimes it's warmer, sometimes not, so you have in between, and then after you have summer. Autumn, I'm not so happy, because I know it's going to be winter, and it's getting dark and dark and dark and dark.
Yeah, that's true. The days are shorter. It is time. Boop, boop, boop. If you're not familiar with me being a host, I do like to sing a lot. I'll try not to sing terribly. But it is time for design feedback. Do 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 do. Yep. So let's get it going. Uh-oh. Okay. Are you good? Can you see this, Paco? Awesome.
Okay. Oh.
So, yes, we're ready. So today we are talking about the seasons, and the season today is winter. So let's start with Kirsty's fantastic. What a fantastic name. It's very like cinema ready. So this is the first one. What do you think, Aurelia? I like this like cast of light. It reminds me of like Iceland, Northern Lights.
Yeah, it was cool. What is it? How did they make this visual with Photoshop?
Yeah, so these folks are using Photoshop, so there's probably some compositing action going on, some effects, different types of light technique and color technique. So
it's nice.
yeah.
Can you see more of the work so I can get an idea of what the person is doing?
We can only see their challenge submission for today.
Okay. There is another one. Okay, so it was one image that they had to.
Yes. So they're putting together an image or just a piece of artwork that reflects the season, and the season of choice is winter. And so that's how we've gotten here. And they were given some assets as well. So this is the asset that they started with and just kind of reiterated from there.
Okay. It's nice. I can see that in the background they put some patterns of like cloud or waves or things like that, like a mix of different stuff. It's
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it does remind me of the Northern Lights up
it
here.
would be
as
nice
well.
to know why the person has put this. What does it mean for winter, like, and the lights, and I like the contrast with the yellow.
Yeah.
The lights on the windows. I think it gives some colors to the vision. It's like a prism, like a prism. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what side. It would be nice to know more the intention of the person. It's hard to give a feedback on just an image. They didn't write anything. No.
Yeah. Oh, maybe so we'll check the comments to see if anyone has commented. But usually it's just an exercise to keep people refreshed on their work and trying new techniques. So let's look at the second one. So it looks like this person turned the house into a winter wonderland. They're going through a real blizzard right now.
It's cool. How do you do that? I don't even know how to make this.
I think that's a compliment for the person who created it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't transform images, so I'm always like inspired and like, whoa, how can you do that? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
it looks like snow. I mean, just I don't know. I don't know how looked the picture before this, like before and after, but it's a lot of work. Oh.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. You can see, like, just in comparison to the first one we saw, this backdrop with the mountains covered with all the trees, and so that was added in here.
The only thing that I would say is the foreground and the background, they're a bit pixelized compared to maybe they wanted to make it blurry. Or, I don't know, for the foreground, yeah.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
And also the house is a bit blurry. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be possible that all of these like light sources are reflecting off of the sun.
Yeah.
So and it's just kind of picking up on the glistening from the snow, and just kind of like the whole like scenic, the weather, I guess, the snow peering out of like the clouds, or the sun peering out from the clouds. So maybe that everything is reflecting off of that. But it's really complex. It's like pretty incredible, everything that was added to this image to make it this winter wonderland scene, which is kind of cool. Good job.
Yeah. Good job.
Okay, this is from the challenge yesterday,
They were late.
which I can't recall was the prompt, but we can still take a look and see. So I'm assuming the prompt was around space. And we have like the PS, so the Photoshop acronym. And it looks like they've used some like rock texture to carve out the PS, and it's floating in this intergalactic universe. Very like Star Wars.
It looks like Superman.
Yeah.
SP.
It reminds me of something that like I would see in a video game, which would be really cool, like when you advance to a level and then they have like that transition scene, and it's just like you're advancing to like a different planet. So that's kind of my first thing that this reminded me of, which is cool. Good job. Now we have Ralph. So the winter cabin. It's quite snowing. It's quite snowing for now. Can you find the girl?
Okay, let's see it.
Where's Waldo?
I see it. It's in the window. That's cool. I like it that they put they made it cool, like interaction. Like, okay, can you find the girl? Then you want to see it, and it's like, can you find Charlie?
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that. Yep. It's Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
This is really cool. This kind of like, you might have used what tool? I mean, there's a couple of ways you can replicate this technique.
It looks like a fur.
Yeah, it does. It also reminds me of one of those styles in painting. I can't remember like the name of it, but in traditional like Renaissance painting, there's a technique that this reminds me of, which is very cool and is giving me more of a like mid-centuries vibe. It's very interesting. Look at this, the grass, like the color choice of the grass, and that blend is really nice and really adds some contrast from this part of the image to here.
Maybe one thing is that at the top with the snow and the delimitation with the snow and the trees, they could have maybe more merged with each other, I think.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. I like the fine details of like you can see these,
Yeah,
there's
the
like
details are cool.
tulips, yeah, in the
Oh,
window. Oh, that's what it reminds me of. Van Gogh, that piece. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Van Gogh. What is that?
Ah, the artist
Van
Van
Gogh.
Gogh.
Van Gogh. Yeah. I see.
No, you see it?
Yes, yes.
That's the style
Ah,
I'm picking
yeah.
up.
The style with the yes, the
With the
shapes like
screen.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. It's taking us back to, historic art. I like it. I like it. Okay, so this is another older challenge. This is challenge 4. So maybe this is the before and this is the after.
What was it about? This.
Um, I'm not sure, but maybe I'm gonna give it my best shot and say it was about fitness, maybe. And then in this photo, you can see that the person, the guy is like the transition from getting your running start to like fully in motion running. So maybe motion was the theme as
Mm-hmm.
well. But I like how they've captured like if you're a runner or a sprinter, like it takes you a couple seconds to get into position before you're in a full sprint. So I can totally appreciate how they've captured that motion here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Okay, and then we have one more for the challenge of the day. So it looks like they did both summer and winter.
Ah, it's good.
So yeah, I love how they put them back to back.
Someone is in another country and it's not the same weather, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. They're
Look,
like they're.
it's a movie.
It does look like a movie, huh?
They screenshot the movie scene and then they put it together.
Yeah. It's interesting because the posture of the model I would expect to be flipped. Like the guy that's looking at the snow
Mm-hmm.
feels more relaxed. And I would assume the person that would feel more relaxed would be in the summer season, whereas the woman that clearly has like spring or
Ah,
summer,
yeah.
she's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more like cozied up and doesn't feel as relaxed. So I would assume their postures would be flipped, but that's just my weird perspective.
Yeah, I understand. I think so too. It looks too cozy, like oh, it's nice.
Yeah,
And
it
her,
doesn't
she's
look like
more.
she wants to go outside. that's
And
that's
her,
what you
she
got.
looks like she's cold. She needs to be close to her body, and she wants to, yeah.
Yeah, maybe the story here that we're trying to tell is it's like their ideal, you would think would be their ideal and non-ideal seasons, but they actually enjoy or do not enjoy. So maybe she doesn't enjoy summer and she would prefer to be in the winter. Maybe
Ah, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just reading into it. I like to find stories in art if I can't, like, if I don't know the story already, I like to make one up.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Good job, everyone. Everyone did a very cool interpretation of today's challenge and then the past couple challenges. So keep it up. We will continue on with the DCCs tomorrow. And I think we can get back to it.
Nice.
Yeah. So let's take it on back to Aurelia and we're going to.
Oh, nice. What did I do?
We're going to finish this out.
How can I share it if I see? Ah, yes. No, I see. Sorry. Okay, here we go.
Okay. All right, so it looks like we have about 11 minutes left.
Okay, it's a challenge.
It's
another
okay, day
challenge.
2, you're gonna do it.
Well, what is cool is that I have already all of the elements. I just now it's more like to define things, like the body, and maybe put some elements like a little book here. No, a big book, a magazine.
Yes, Starry Night. Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Alberto got it for me. the art I was referencing. Impressionism. Reading my mind. You all are reading my mind. This is a good chance to ask Aurelia any final questions as we're trying to beat the clock yet again, but she's going to do it because she's amazing. So if you have any final questions, please let us know. It's been a really cool 2 days with you. You are like working like lightning. I can't believe you finished 2 illustrations in a total of 4 hours. So very impressive.
I'm also impressed by myself. I didn't think I would be able to do it.
Now you know. You have a new standard for yourself, really.
But it's not good for me to show that because people will think, oh, she can make it so fast. So now we want the thing to be done,
Or like, can we have it in 24 hours? They're like, no. That's true. You can't let them know your superpower. A lot of folks are still interested, or maybe they didn't catch us earlier, but wondering if you're using a tablet or an iPad.
Yeah, I am.
We're trying to beat the clock. So she's using
an iPad. A Wacom. Yeah, an iPad.
Okay, you're focused. You're focused.
I'm using a tablet. But I think if I really want to finish this thing on time, I need to really focus to finish just little details.
Yes. It's okay. You got this. I love the toenails. Your process is very, like, it's pretty fast and it's pretty clean as well. Like, you could tell, like, you go in after you do your, like, you lay out your lines for the rough sketch, and then when you refine, like, you don't really think about it. You already know what you need to do. So I think that's how you're able to get through things so quickly, because the intention's already there. You're not really brainstorming, you're just executing.
Yeah, that's very important. I think I don't take so much time when I draw things before. Like, no, what do I say? I want to say, like, before I take some time to think about what I do. Then I look at references. I use Pinterest. I watch stuff. I capture, I screenshot all of the things that I like. I have everything on my computer, and then I try to take all of this inspiration and put something out on the paper.
Yeah, and I'm sure that, like, just keeps everything, like, you lay your foundation with the physical drawing, and so you have that to work with, and then everything else is more execution focused.
I don't have a color palette. A lot of illustrators, they would develop a color palette already, and then they would do. I will not do that. I don't think it's something I appreciate at all. I prefer to try out things together, because I think that the shape and the colors goes together. It's not the color and then you have the shape. No. It's everything together. It's how I think
I can appreciate that for sure. See, everyone's love the speed she's going.
Yeah.
It's easy to watch, but it's fast as well, which is not two things I normally say at the same time.
Oh, it's nice. I like that.
The pants, yeah, I thought you knew you did that. I was like, ooh, I like the contrast between the legs, the pant legs. So fun. I love this. While you're finishing up, is there anything you want to plug or promote and for people to follow you or follow your next projects or where the people can find you?
Well, as we say, so you can find me on Instagram. I love to do stories. I do a lot of stories. I use music. I have a playlist. I created a playlist with all of my the music that I use in my stories.
Oh, nice.
At the moment, I don't publish so much, so I don't publish new illustration because I'm pretty busy right now. But there will be new things coming up. Don't even have time to make my own projects. Yeah, but I will have time for that soon. Yeah, I don't know. You can buy the book if you want to. Yeah, I don't
Love
know.
it. Are you going to post this later on your Instagram? People are asking where they could see the final piece or two pieces actually that you did.
Yeah, I think that I would need some time more to finish up and bring up more detail. But yeah, maybe at the end of this week.
On your Instagram?
Yeah.
What's your Instagram handle?
So it's Aurelia, but it's with a 4 as a A. U R 3 as a E. L E L I A. Yeah.
Let me pull it up real quick so the people know where to find it. Okay. If she can design a whole thing, I can pull up Instagram. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna share my screen quickly. So I'm just gonna show you where to find her. Okay, can everyone see this? Excellent. So this is Aurelia's Instagram. So hopefully we'll see the two illustrations she did, one yesterday and then today, and post those here. And you can just see all of the other amazing pieces that she's done. The quality of work is amazing. This is the book that she mentioned. So if you're interested, check it out, get you a copy. New York Times bestseller. Whoop, whoop, you know, the finest on Adobe Live. So yeah, check her out. Let's see, we have a minute to spare. Let's go back to her screen. She's gonna do it. She's going to do it. I'm gonna stop sharing mine. Okay, awesome. All right. 1 minute. Any last words for the people?
What last words for the people? Thank you for watching this live until the end. Which maybe you was too, and it's pretty cool. I mean, like, wow. And then just like believe in your dreams and believe in your work. Don't listen to other people. Just do your thing, have fun with what you do, and yeah, I would say that.
I love it. Best advice: do your thing.
Yeah,
Do your
thing.
Well, it's been amazing. I'm happy to be back with my Adobe Live fam, and thank you everyone for a couple days. And you know where to find us. So have a wonderful rest of your week, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.